Welcome back to the Ponder Podcast. I'm Sebastian.
And I'm Matthias.
And welcome back to the show. Today's topic is monetary success and personal satisfaction. And we've been thinking about this topic for a little while. And we feel it's quite an important topic, especially nowadays where we're starting to get more freedom in general all around the world, and we're able to choose our own paths more readily. So yeah, we'll be diving headfirst into some more deep discussions about this topic today.
Yeah.
Would you like to take the lead? I'm feeling a bit sick. My throat is a bit sore today, so I'll be trying to let Matthias take the lead for the most part. I don't think it's corona, hopefully. I don't have any of the other symptoms, and I'm not feeling sick as in, the general understanding of sick. My throat is just a bit sore. I might have spoken too much some other time.
Sure.
Which is hard to believe.
Who knows? It's a mystery.
It is a mystery. But yeah.
In this episode, we like to distinguish between the two. So let's start off. Our first first thing on the agenda is there's a difference between monetary success, which we define as sort of the general acquisition of wealth and other resources, and personal success, which is you achieving goals, which could be like related to family, or it could be related to you going out and experiencing stuff in the world.
Yeah, all sorts of things that you shoot for that don't necessarily gain you any money or resources. I mean, one of your goals that could bring you a lot of satisfaction might bring along with it a lot of wealth and money, but it might not be the sole purpose of doing the thing in the first place. So there is a rather large distinction between those two things.
I do believe there's a feeling of satisfaction linked with both sides of the spectrum. You know, when you get a paycheck or you get your salary gets raised, you get a slight satisfaction, or you do get a satisfaction, a sense of satisfaction, and I think that's only natural. I mean, you've achieved something that you might have worked hard for, probably have, since you got a raise. But I think what I've found, or what I sort of expect, or what I feel might be the right thing, is that the satisfaction linked with monetary success is often short-lived, and not something that is gratifying in the long term.
Last week when I was out camping, I was talking with some of the others out there about this exact topic about monetary value and getting a raise. And I mean, one of the guys had been looking into it quite a bit and studying it, and he said, like, after a few months after getting a raise, everything is back to normal again. And there is a short-lived, as we said before, increase in dopamine and happiness when you get the raise, and then your expenditure just goes up with your extra value and money you were receiving, and then you just end up at basically the same place, which is slightly better quality everything you have in your life. And the most important thing about that is having better gadgets in your life does not make your life better necessarily either. Does not make you more happy, even though it's more convenient. And we often see that with, for example, phones and other electronics nowadays. It doesn't actually make us more happy to have all these gadgets lying around.
That's right.
Although, of course, we have to mention that there is a threshold where more wealth does make you happier, because you're just in the range where you're so poor that you just need more money to get by without worrying about tomorrow. But when you get to the point where you don't have to worry about having enough money to eat tomorrow, you're in the place where more money gradually just does not give you much in the long term, and it becomes more and more about the self-realization of personal goals.
Personally, I feel like just turning a complete blind eye towards the sort of your financial status is not generally what you want to strive for. That's my personal opinion. But it shouldn't be, the monetary status shouldn't be the goal of itself. But I think if you try to link it with whatever you desire to achieve, which is part of your personal satisfaction, that is the sort of way to go.
Yeah. I mean, we can take ourselves for examples. I want to play music, and I want to do some business with my good pals.
Yeah.
If I can make enough money just to get by off that, I'm happy to do that. And I would much rather just do that and barely scrape by than go to, for example, for me, I don't want to do this, go to university, get some high degree in, I don't know, physics, for example, and study rocket science and work for that. I mean, some people want to do that and they should do that, but I just don't want to do that. So I shouldn't try to do that to get a better paycheck, because I'll be miserable doing it.
Yeah.
Even though I could get more money by doing it. And that's where you'll have to really carefully balance where you want to go, because I feel like I did myself hear this a lot from my parents, and I feel like others do that too, that you have to pick some route that is safe, some route that is that guarantees you some safety in society, where you'll be able to go to work and get some money every day. And that usually means a long education with a degree by the end that gets you
some guarantee you some stable job, some average job that you might be able to climb up the corporal ladder and then get something higher.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with doing that if you want to do that. If you find a job where I go to this education, I get the degree, and I do a job that I like, you should goddamn do that. That is amazing for you. But if that's not what you want to do, and you know that doing that is just the wrong path for you, it's so easy to get pressured into doing it anyways by whomever is in some way superior to you, or a family member or anything like that, who has some sort of authority over you. Getting pressured because of them just saying so is so easy. And personally, it is quite a thing to work towards being yourself in spite of somebody else trying to make you do something they think is better for you. I'm still struggling with it, or at least fighting it somewhat. I think the worst part is over. But it is a thing to speak up your mind in spite of what someone else is trying to put onto you. And that often comes in the version of what a parent or some other family member or a consultant or a teacher thinks of you, that you might not think of yourself or want for yourself. So I think that's an important thing to say.
I think reverting back to the whole, my personal opinion on the sort of philanthropy combined with your personal satisfaction, with it being a somewhat good thing. Recently there was published an interview with a person, a well-known person in Denmark called Bent Fabricius-Bjerre, whom recently passed away, like I think 5 days ago or something.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, if you're Danish, you know him as the songwriter of the theme for Olsenbanden. And Matador.
Yeah.
And if you're into jazz, you might have heard of Alley Cat, which is also a very popular one in America too. But when you think back on his life, you see his songs and the themes he has written that have changed Denmark as it is, or changed the genres or the industries as that it has touched. And he has been a very meaningful person. But if you dive deeper into that, he was very much linked with philanthropy and just entrepreneurial spirit. He started his own record company and he, linked that with his own personal goals for doing something together with music. I think this might sort of sound like it's sort of strategic or maybe sort of how would you say it, maybe
I'm
sort
not
of
sure what you're trying to get at.
sort of evil way to sort of gain more money.
Oh, devious
way, to gain more money, because if you look at like the most popular songwriters, they all charge a specific amount of money for their songs in some way or another. It could be Spotify, they get paid for that. And then buying albums and such. And I think by doing that you do become more famous. It's sort of like, we had a teacher called Mr. Tingle. He's a great guy.
He is.
And he talked about his personal opinion was that drugs should be not illegal, because
legalized.
They should be legalized, because making them illegal, increase the sort of lust.
The probability for some.
The lust for getting it, because you want to be
that. Younger people,
that,
or just people in general, especially like the younger teens and who want to dare themselves and dare others.
They want to go against the.
Go against the stream.
So I think if
that comes from a guy who I don't think he has ever taken a drug or smoked in his life.
Neither do I. He's very respectable.
I'm pretty sure. And he didn't drink alcohol or anything like that.
Didn't.
He was a very clean guy.
Yeah. But I think strategically combining the two, the philanthropy and personal satisfaction, can be advantageous, because you get that, you sort of trick, if you want to say that, pay people into wanting what you offer more.
True.
That's just that's just a sort of correlation that I thought was quite interesting. How successful people always have some sort of philanthropy link with it, in most cases at least. But
also talking about that guy, Ben.
Yes.
What's his name, right?
Ben Fabricius.
Ben. Good old Ben. Also, a thing you don't see, especially about all these famous people, is although you see the cusp of it, you see the top of the iceberg of all their success, you don't see everything below the ice.
That's right.
Everything they have done before that, all the failures they have made. And that is just sort of hidden away, cast away, and you never just get to delve into it and see that it didn't just come to them. They had to work for it for years and years and years. And they did what they loved, and they did it so much and believed in themselves, and had others around them that believed in them too.
They set their own minds to it.
Exactly. They just set themselves down and told themselves that they would not relent until they had what they wanted.
And this was the path to go, and there is no other option. And that's what people say when you need to get a stable education, so that you have something to fall back on.
Exactly. It's in case you're not good enough to do your dreams, and you want to fail, and you want to give up and fail again, well, then you can just do this. And I mean,
do something you hate.
Exactly. It's like, if you cannot do what you want because you didn't try well enough, you can just do this. And I mean, I'm not trying to hack down on a stable education, because that is good if you want to do it. But it angers me so much that so many people try to put this insecurity on other people who are trying to do cool stuff. And it's just dragging them down. And I mean, being these people, like being these creative or different people, you often are somewhat of an unstable unit, and you need someone around you to support you. And if the only thing everybody around you is telling you all the time is, no, you can't do this, you have to get a stable education and go to university and get a degree and go get a normal job, and then when you have a normal job, you can use the 1 hour a day you have left to do whatever you want. And it's just so disheartening. Both to be the one to have that told to you, and be the one to witness everybody else going around telling people that and honestly believing it. I mean, I mean, the best advice I can give her is, please don't put that insecurity on other people. When you tell people that the chance that they'll make it is very low, they already freaking know it. You don't have to tell it to them. But it is better to have some people actually go for it and be happy while trying to do it.
Yeah.
Than to do something safe and be super unhappy your whole life. Yeah. Because as per the name of the episode, you can monitor all the material wealth you gain and the chances of gaining that wealth in either way. But the thing that people around you can't measure is your personal satisfaction. And it is only you who can at least sort of measure that.
Yeah.
So yeah, people around you take a very skewed view of your life when they're trying to give you this advice for where to go. But you can measure the more spiritual aspects way better than the others can't.
Yeah.
So that is important to weigh when you're trying to take a path.
Yes.
And go somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and my advice for people who are having other people hack down on them and tell them to take the safe path is just to keep going. And I mean, it might even be your parents, and it's when you're young, it's hard to get away from your parents. It's just how it is.
It is.
But the only thing I can still tell you in that situation is just to keep going, keep persevering through it, and find some friends and like-minded people who you can hang out with at the side. And I mean, practice and follow your dreams, and yeah, just be yourself. And yeah, you'll find people who like who you are and let you be who you are around them.
Yeah.
And then you'll be the best you in the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's very, very well said. Yeah. So let's dive deeper into what we deem personal satisfaction, or what you should find out in order to be content with what you are to pursue, because you want to be sure in what you are going to embark on. So we wrote up a list of questions you could ask yourself.
Yeah. I mean, it's a tough one to pin down sometimes. I mean, some people, it just comes to them what they want to do, but others might
they're
want
quite
to,
lucky as well. I mean,
yeah. I mean, others might have to dive around a bit and try some things, and that's okay too. I mean, if you have to change careers at some point in your life, I mean, that's completely fine.
Yeah.
You might not always hit the target right in the middle the first time, and that's completely okay. It is better to do something and change later than not to do anything at all.
Yeah.
That's probably the most wise thing that has been said in this episode, I think, because we did not come up with it. Always take action. Don't sit and do nothing. Always do something.
Yeah. Something is always better than nothing.
Exactly. Because doing something at least gets you somewhere. And when you're in a new position, you'll have more information about where you want to go. And then you can always change later.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it right the first time.
Yeah, you should try different things. I think personally, I think you did the same. We experimented different things.
Yeah.
This is always correlated with sort of daily habits as well. But also, I think with this as well, we tried different things, and some things may have failed. I mean, I personally tried or pursued different things. I think at first I tried to start a bag business selling bags. I actually ordered 2 bags and 3 bags actually from China, from AliExpress. And well, I don't know, that I dropped that because that was a bad idea. and then secondly, I tried to start a clothing company, but with ecological.
Yeah, but you found out you had to order for way more than you had for a budget.
Like 150,000 kroner.
You need a ton in startup cash.
Yeah, startup cash is expensive with, clothing.
Yeah, when you have to make your own brand,
you
need to place a big order.
It is
crazy. Yeah.
But I took contact to a sort of how do you say a production
company. Yeah,
production company that produces in Turkey. They produce cotton, organic cotton. So that's where I got my numbers from, and that I tried for like some months, but I stopped that, and it just goes to show how important it is to try different things, and even though they might not be exactly what you had hoped for or what you wanted in reality, it's just important because you learn a lot of stuff as well. You learn the steps you need to take the next time you want to pursue something.
Yeah, precisely.
And that's just learning something along the way is just way better than having to listen to some teacher in the classroom that has never accomplished anything really remarkable. But at least from my sake, that's different too. If you want to be like a doctor or nurse. But
there is a very big difference in experience and book knowledge. And
very much.
Generally we mostly follow people who have experience and has already been on the path that we want to follow ourselves. But I mean, to take examples out of my own life, I have so many things to. I mean, when I was 11 or 12, I thought I wanted to be like a stockbroker, or like not a broker, but just an investor.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to invest. And then when I was 14 or 15, I wanted to be a trainer.
Okay.
And then when I was 16, I started playing the piano, and then I think sometime when I reached 18, I knew I wanted to do piano for real. But I mean, it took some time, and I mean, I wanted to be an entrepreneur too for a long time, and I guess I am that now. But I mean, it doesn't feel special. You're just working.
Yeah,
and it's good. I mean, it's not like usual work when you just go to like have a stable education and you get one position in a company and you have to do that. But I mean, here you get to experience a lot of different things because it takes a lot of different things to run a company. But I mean, and also especially like when talking to people and dating and stuff, man, I've been the biggest moron. I'm like a hopeless romantic. My charisma is definitely not very high. I have like 8 charisma.
8 charisma.
Yeah, some of you will get that reference.
Oh my god.
Yeah, 8 charisma. But I think I'm a pretty wise guy. I might have like 18
high in
wisdom.
Wisdom.
Yeah, but intelligence is probably a bit lower to maybe 14. And then I have maybe fairly decent physical stats. Yeah, just a little D&D reference. Anyways, let's get to the questions.
Yeah.
Well,
let's start off. What do you like to do? You have to sort of figure out what your passion is. And another question you can ask is, if money wasn't a question, then what would your ideal occupation or ideal pursuit be? And by asking yourself these 2 questions, or just the one, you very quickly find out what your sort of final goal is, or what you could do if you had unlimited power, or however you used to say it.
I get where you're trying to get to. So essentially what the questions are trying to get to is, what would you want to do for a living if money was not a question or a factor in the whole equation?
Yes.
And then you find out what that is, and then the goal from there is to find out how to make money doing what you want to do, instead of trying to figure out how to do something to get the money.
Yes.
You kind of reverse the question. Figure out what you want to do and then how to make money from that. I mean, you can pretty much make money doing whatever. Like,
It's true.
like I mean, you can come up with a market that wants to buy whatever you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at some of the people how they earn money, it's actually crazy. I mean, there are a lot of weird occupations that you can actually earn a decent amount.
Yeah. I mean, there's
So
so,
there are some
many
ways away.
possibilities. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's another important question. Number 3.
Number 3, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? Have done before you? What do you want to have done? What do you want to have done before you die? Yeah, and what will you regret
Not
if you
having
did
done.
not have done?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's a deep question, I guess.
Yeah, that is a really deep question. I mean, it's not something you just sit down and answer in like an hour. It's something you like ponder over time.
Yeah.
But the chance is that when you have a big decision, you're at the crossroads at some point in your life, and you have a decision that you know you should take, but everybody else is telling you to take the other direction, or most people at least. They were one from the outside. The chances you should stick to your guts, because if you take the decision that everybody else is pushing you towards, you will probably regret it when lying on your deathbed and going, why did I not just go travel when I was 25 instead of going to this place and settling down already there? I mean, something like that. I mean, could be many things, but generally when that's what they say, at least when you're on your deathbed and on the cusp of on your last straw of life, you mostly regret the things you haven't done, things you didn't do in your life, and not the things you did do. Because even if you did do something and you risked a lot of things in doing so, you still did it, and you pulled yourself together and got the courage to do what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
And even if you failed miserably, you still did what you wanted to do, and you did it. And that is something that nobody can take away from you. So I think that's important to remember.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Now, a question I like to ask people is, what question do you want answered before you die? And this might not be closely related to what this is, but I just always think that's an interesting one, because you want to leave the world better than how you when you came in. So what intrigues you to find out. And that could be just, personally, I want to see how successful I can become playing the piano, or, how successful you can become doing, running for a living or something.
Yeah. Well, I feel
but
like
it can also be, just closely related to your profession. Maybe if you're an astrophysicist, like, oh, I want to see if there, I don't know, is life in another solar system or something like that. But it's something that makes you ponder.
Yeah, that is. I don't even know. Like,
Yeah,
I could say the piano
don't
thing, but I
know
don't
yet.
even know. No, that is a tough one. I'll have to think about that.
Yeah.
I'll have to ponder it. Okay.
Yeah.
The fourth one.
Okay. Whom do you want to make friends and relations with? Whom will there be for you when you most need them? Yeah.
Whom will there be for you?
Oh.
Yeah, great. Yeah, okay. Well, this question is about what kind of people you'll take along for the journey.
Yes.
And I mean, there's a lot of people in this world. There's plenty of people to choose from. And as I kind of hinted to earlier, the goal is to find people who sort of think like you, at least have the same core values and ways of looking at life. Some people who are at least in consensus of where they're going and on the same page. I don't know how else to describe it, but you just know when somebody is is your kind of person. I mean, the kind of person you click with, the person who's kind to you, understands you, knows how to listen, and you have fun together. You play games, you go places, you play sports, you make food together. I don't know, could be many things, whatever floats your boat, so to say. But I mean, you know when you feel good around someone, when you know that they're a good friend and you're meant to live out life together, and yeah be together, whether that is in a relationship or just, I mean, a friendship. Counts for both. But yeah, you know when that is, you know when it's right, and if it isn't right, you should usually confront the person and talk to them about something, if there is anything that is annoying you, or something that, I just lost the thread. My throat is getting sore again. But it's
But yeah, I mean, we made
please,
an episode. Yeah, I'll take it. We made an episode, a previous one, with friends, and good friends and bad friends. So you want to look for the people that have the good traits, the people that they stick around for the hard times, and that could be when you maybe fail at something you set out to achieve, and the people that sort of are also there when you succeed, but are not only there because it can, the success can rub off on them, but because they are happy for you.
Yeah, exactly. You want the people cheering you on and not the people tearing you down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, but
that's just generally it.
Yeah.
I mean, in a previous episode, this is sort of
backtracking a bit.
Yeah. We also, on the 3 previous episodes, we talked about habits. You can use those. You can use habits as a way to sort of bring you closer to what you want to achieve. If it's playing the piano, you can get into the habit of playing piano every day. So there are set steps you have to take in order to get there. But obviously you have to start with what you have and then scale up from that. That was the 5th point. Yes.
Just start where you are and take small steps from where you are to where you want to go, and along the journey you'll find out more information and you can adjust the course accordingly. And we've also talked about that in our earlier episodes.
Yes.
A lot, actually. It's been one of the main points.
It is
one of the main red threads, as you call it. I don't know if that's an English term, but you definitely call it that in Danish. So that's important. And then we've written, be brave and bold. Can you take over?
Do not be afraid to speak out when you're in need, and make sure to stand up for yourself. You're your own person, and you're the one who will have to live with the regret. If you do not make a move for what really matters to you, you'll go to regret it. That is very, it sums up what we've talked about throughout this episode today. Just do what you desire. Do what makes you feel good, what makes you happy, and don't worry too much. Just don't worry, be happy.
I mean, there's obviously a balance in this. The general essence is do what you want to do, but be smart about it. If there is something you want to do in life, something in general, something you want to get good at, and you want that to be your occupation, go for it, despite what other people tell you. And so to put it in another way, when thinking macro strategy, what you want to do for your life, the big decisions, you need to attune to yourself and do what you know in your heart to do. And then when making the micro decisions, the smaller things, you have to be a little more careful, a little more precise about, at least the smaller things in life, the smaller decisions about how to approach your big goals. Then you can listen to people and take more advice in that sort of manner on how to do those things. But the big decisions should be taken by you, and you should obviously discuss it with other people, but it should ultimately be you, and you should not be pressured into taking a big decision, taking another path than what you want to do by other people in life.
Yeah.
Because you'll be most likely straying on the wrong path than what you'd want to go for. And excuse me, but for the smaller decisions, for the micro actions you're taking to get towards your big goal, you should definitely try to draw on the wisdom from other people. Yeah, and get advice, because generally advice doesn't hurt.
Yeah, you can choose to follow it or not.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the privilege we all have.
Precisely. Do you have anything more to say about it?
I don't really. I think that was very well. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's pretty much it what we had for today's episode on monetary success and personal satisfaction.
That's great. I really enjoyed this episode.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I have a lot to say in general about this topic. I mean, I definitely feel like I've had a lot of pressure put on me.
Yeah.
And you probably had a good amount too, from advisors and parents and known people, other friends that feel like they know where you want to go and where you should go, and yeah, just trying to put their own ambitions or own insecurities on you, and
exactly,
yeah, choose your path for you. And yeah, you have to be yourself.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's nobody else who can be you, so yeah, be the best you.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, I feel like we could do a sort of revisited of this episode like in a couple of years maybe.
Yeah.
When we have maybe video on the YouTube videos. We have actual video.
When we have a little studio.
A camera, yeah, and
We
studio.
have a little studio.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it would be fun to bring some other people on for an episode like this and see what
Sure, yeah.
other
Yeah, that'd
people
be
have,
interesting. Definitely.
have to say about this topic. But for now, sign off segment.
Sign off segment. Okay, yeah. But yeah, that was it. But sign off segment. Yeah, this is gonna be sort of a deep dive into our, just what is happening in our personal lives.
Yeah. So,
Just what we enjoy to do in nature mainly. This is what
we have
personally I like to play golf. That is a hobby of mine.
Well, tell me about some more golf things.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot previously. Just when it's nice weather, you gotta enjoy it while it's there. At least in Denmark.
Oh yeah. I mean, you North American people are lucky bastards when talking about weather.
California is just sunny all day.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
it's actually too sunny for us.
Almost unbearable.
We're white ginger boys. We can't take any sun.
It's very true. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of golf, and recently my handicap is at 34. It's in Denmark, or at least in my club. I know it varies from club to club in Denmark, but you start at 72. So yeah, I've gone a little over halfway down in handicap, which is very nice. Because in Denmark, if you go below the handicap of 36, you can play on every course in Denmark. So that's very neat.
How exactly does handicap work? 'Cause I don't actually know.
Well, I mean, there's a well, it sort of I guess it sort of varies from different club to club. You know, you have a course of 9 or 18. That's just sort of up to you, whatever you desire to play. Let's say you play 9 holes, and each hole has a different par. So you know it sort of varies from like 3, 4, or 5. I don't think there's a 6.
Okay, so
I've never seen one.
That's how many shots you're expected to take.
Yeah, on each par. So let's say you're playing on a par 4, and you're expected to make it in hole with 4 shots.
Yeah.
You know that's how you know Tiger Woods could easily do it in 4 shots, but you know for people that are less talented at golf, that it would most likely take more shots. So the handicap determines how many extra shots you have on each hole. So if you start in 72 in handicap 72, you start with 4 extra shots on each hole. So yeah, if it's a par 4, then you get 8 shots to make it in hole. And you know you get better and better at the sport as you play and as you evolve your swings and stuff. So you might use less than 8 shots someday when you get better. And then if you say you make it in 6 shots, then you get a specific amount of points, and that would be 4 points. Because if you use 8 shots and you're allowed to use 8 shots, you get 2 points, and if you get in 7, then you get 3 in 6.
Okay,
so
okay.
With every one you go under.
So if you get the one you're aiming for, you get 2, and then 1 extra for
every shot less.
Yeah,
used.
For 1. Yeah. How many less?
So yeah, if you're playing 9 holes, the goal is to get 18 points when you're done.
Yeah. Okay.
So
yeah.
everything
2 for each.
So if you get above 18 points, then you know your handicap gets lowered
by that amount.
Yeah, by that amount, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you get 18 points, you pretty much played to your level of ability.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. If you get more points, then your handicap gets lowered, and as your handicap lowers, you get less points too, or less extra shots too.
So how many do you get at 34?
34. I'm actually not sure. I haven't seen my scorecard yet, but I believe it's like 1 or 2 at each.
Yeah, because it depends on how many. Like if in a par whatever 2. You maybe
on a par 3, I would expect it to be 1. Okay. So it's easy, you know. Yeah. I probably use like a 9-iron, and then I shoot directly onto the green, and then I maybe use 2 strokes to pot it into hole.
Yeah.
But you know, on a par 5, you know, you might take some extra effort. You know, I think par 5 you would use 3 shots on the fairway. Yeah. And then 2 on the green. That's typically how it's done. So you always have 2 shots on the green to play around with. But yeah.
Unless you're Happy Gilmore.
Unless you're Happy Gilmore. Yeah, get hole-in-ones.
Yeah. Or like par 4s.
Par 4s, yeah. Par 4. That's just, it's doable, I guess, for someone.
Doable? It's insane.
It's possible for long drivers, I guess.
Everything
but
is
par
possible.
5s, that's pretty much impossible. Yeah.
God.
But yeah. But if you like golf, the PGA Championship started today. So you can go watch that.
Championships?
The Pro Golf Association, the Professional Golf Association.
Isn't that what Happy Gilmore played in?
It probably is.
yeah.
It is the World Cup equivalent of soccer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
So that starts today, and you know, if you like Tiger Woods or Rory McIlroy or some of the others, you can go watch them play. Some rounds. They play 18 holes every day, I believe, for 3 days.
But it must be an exciting sport to watch.
I believe that's. I would like to watch it, but I think that's if you don't play it.
He brings up the club. Oh, he's checking the weather. Okay, putting up his finger. The wind is good.
For
preparing to swing again. Oh, test swing. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Oh, and he did it. And now we have to walk to the ball and watch him swing again.
It's a fun sport to watch. Come on, he's just freaking degrading it. No, I think it's like that for all sports. If you don't play it or you don't see what's intriguing or enjoyable about the sport, you don't enjoy watching it. I mean, I don't like to watch American football or basketball for that sake, but that's just because I don't play it. I have never and probably will never.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah.
I don't know, but some
there's a
sports
lot
are
of
just a
talent.
little more boring than others. Come on, okay.
No,
Look,
no.
it is
no,
easier to enjoy handball in TV than it is to enjoy golf.
No,
But it
handball
is. Okay. I would agree, but for the point of this whole
No.
thing I'm trying to make, handball
Okay,
is
fair
generally more fun to watch than golf.
Handball is more fast paced
Exactly.
than golf is.
That is
and
why
if you
it is-
enjoy that, then you enjoy handball more.
Exactly.
But if you don't, you enjoy golf
And
more.
that's why I hate Tour de France. God damn it, I cannot watch.
Okay, I'll
Cycling.
agree on that. I don't like it either.
Like,
But I'm not a professional cyclist either, so I can't.
Like,
I know for
it's biking on TV for like 4 hours and then
yeah.
nothing else happens. Literally, the
I
freaking
really
camera angle changes and then you just see them bike.
Okay, yeah,
And
it's
then,
boring.
then
It's
at the
quite
end,
boring.
like some commentator goes, "Oh my god, oh, he's taking over," and then some guy's like biking a little faster,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Holy shit!" Then he's going a little faster again, and then oh my god, some other guy goes faster, and he's like, "Oh my god, double takeover! Oh my god!" Oh.
I mean, I can have
They're just going
I can
bananas.
have respect for the
Like the endurance,
for the endurance,
they have to have,
intense endurance, during Tour de France.
I mean,
But
it's
for the actual
impressive.
sport,
Yeah.
I don't get it at all.
Like, yeah, like it's impressive they can do it, but I just don't
Yeah.
want to watch it.
Yeah.
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 Nothing more to say about that.
No,
Oh
not
my
at all.
Yeah.
But
Okay. Oh yeah,
you,
then
you
I
went camping.
yeah I did. Oh my god, it's coming back now.
Not bad.
Yeah, I did go camping. It was really good. I mean, it was raining and windy, like for 4 of the 6 days we were there,
Yeah.
and we were like in the shelters, like
Classical Danish summer
Yeah.
weather,
just clasping
Miserable.
clasping our legs, like holding our legs in the feeble position, but fetal position. But it was still good. I mean, we set up like a cover, so we could sit without the rain hitting our heads, and then we could play board games. And then, if we were lucky, the wind wouldn't blow the pieces away. If we were lucky. So yeah, it was a good trip though, even though it was very cold. And I mean, we did a lot of things. We discussed things, just relaxed, read a lot of books, and made good food. We had like a big bowl thing. What do you call that even?
Where you light
Like a
up some-
crock pot thing.
Yeah,
Some-
where you
something
can
like
campfire.
that.
We have a campfire inside.
Yeah, a crock pot thing, and then we just put a lot of things in it, like meat and things.
Oh, I see.
And vegetables, and then we just let it cook for like an hour or two over
So just
near the bonfire.
classical don't starve. Just
Yeah,
put
classical don't starve.
3 vegetables and a meat.
Yeah,
and
pretty
you're
much,
good-
yeah.
You're good to go.
Yeah, we didn't get meatballs like automatically every time we
Oh,
did it.
okay.
So yeah, it
So
didn't
bad.
work like that. But yeah, that was really good. We got good food all the time basically.
Yeah.
It was good. And yeah, then we played board games. Played a lot of Terra Mystica, and we played Game of Thrones, the board game, where I played the Baratheons, and I completely wrecked King's Landing. Took it. It was mine.
Yours.
Mine. Yes. And then we played Time Stories. That was a good game too. And we did played some D&D, and then we played Call of Cthulhu role playing, which was super fun too. But yeah, I mean, if you want something to do in the summer or any other time where it's just fine weather, go camping. It is so much fun. And like, especially if you have some place relatively close to you where you have shelters or huts or anything of the sort. It's such a relaxing activity that if you bring some people along that you really enjoy being with, you can just, I mean, pass a whole weekend on like so quickly because you're just like, having a good time, relaxing, making food, and playing some games. I mean, it's such a great time. I would highly recommend it.
Yeah.
But I think I'm just about out of
Out of
talking
breath,
power now. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think that's pretty much what we had to say
Yeah.
today.
You can do the end thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. Yeah.
No, but if you understand Danish, if you speak Danish, I highly recommend you watch the interview that was done with Bent Fabricius Bjerre. It's very good. It's very enjoyable. He's a very respectable man, and it's very heartwarming to see sort of the passion and then his journey. Yeah. So I don't know if you haven't watched it, then you
I have not.
you just go watch it. It's like I don't know. It's like 45 minutes, I think.
Okay, that's
Around
not
there,
even
so
that
it's
long.
not that bad. It's time well spent compared to the amount of hours, maybe minutes you spend on YouTube, which we all do. Well, at least me and
Yeah, and I do it
Tim
too.
too.
Yeah.
But it's very good. So I think we'll say thanks for tuning in today.
Yeah.
Hope
thank
you
so
enjoyed
much.
the episode and our sign up segment part,
Yeah.
and get hyped up for the next episode.
Oh, yeah,
'cause that
get-
is
Get hyped up.
absolutely saucy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're working out the details of the next episode.
It needs
But,
it needs some research.
Yeah. But it'll be good. It'll be good.
Yeah.
We promise you. It'll be spicy.
So with that cliffhanger, we'll say goodbye.
Yeah, goodbye. Thanks for watching.
See ya.
See ya.